What he has at Juventus is an opportunity. There's a number 9 they've been clamouring for and looking for a goal scorer for a long period of time. Consistency, minutes and goals gets him automatically into the Brazil eye line, and we know already what he's going to do in the USA next year.
Here on Scoreline, we wear many hats. Today, we are real estate agents. Look at those two guys. Jaydee, Dyer, Stefano, Fusaro here with you. Who wouldn't want to buy a home from these two?
Well, I wouldn't trust the person on the left because his hands aren't cream, first of all. So whoever that is, yeah, sort that out, first of all. But you are right.
Guy here, guys.
Yo, for real. On my debut, you're going to give me the unlotion hands? Is that what you're going to do for me? Trying to turn me into a meme straight away. But what I have realised, Steph, in my 4 days while I've been living in the USA is that the real estate market here is something that's changing all of the time.
Yes.
There's 2 guarantees, though. Taxes, that's number 1. See the shake in his head? He knows.
Yes.
I know that's coming. And the second thing I can guarantee is both the short-term and the long-term can have both positive results. And that's exactly what I want to talk about with the players today. Are you ready to dive in?
I'm ready. Let's go. We're going to get straight into it because our first player, this is obviously about new homes. Players that are struggling to get playing time at their current clubs, and we need to find them some new homes.
Let's do this.
And we're going to start off with a youngster that has a lot of promise, that we've loved since he arrived at Real Madrid. He's having a hard time breaking into the team consistently, and that is Endrick, the youngster from Brazil, the future of Brazilian football, some may say. But he's not having an easy time breaking into the Real Madrid team. Where should he go next?
I want this to settle in. First of all, I want to congratulate him. Look, adding marriage to your life will always add stability. So I know that he's thinking with a clear mind. And what I'm talking about the short term for you is, we know your long-term ambition is to replicate some of those incredible Brazilians that have played in the classic all-white. But I want you to think about playing time. This is an important year for you. You know an international tournament is around the corner. Oh, yeah, where's that tournament again? Oh, it's right here. So I need you to put your thinking hat on right now and say, I'm 19 years old. I need playing time, and I've got a place for you. Listen to this. Think about some of the great Brazilians that have played across Europe. Where have they found their homes? Spain is one, but Italy is another. And I don't want to just take you to anywhere in Italy. No, we're not going to go to Milan. We're going to take you to Turin. Right there, Juventus is a team that is on redemption. Their headline going to this season is, we need to remind everybody exactly who we are. And this player right here could do everything. We know that he has the mind, he has the ability, he has the clinical edge, he has the glimpses of with some of those greats that we have talked about, the Romarios, the Sergio Agueros, even the R9, I've seen it. But we need it with playing time. We need to see consistency so that you can turn around and tell everybody, I am the man that came here as a teenager and reminded the world I'm worth every penny that Real Madrid paid for me. I love it. I can see the move. I can see him filling in at both the 9 and also in the 7 or even the wing positions. Endrick, listen to me. Move to Turin.
I love it because we know just how important it is for players, especially of his age, to be playing consistent football. Obviously, his dream was to play for Real Madrid. What footballer's dream isn't to play for Real Madrid at some point in their career? When it's not working and when you're this age and when you have a World Cup coming, you need to play consistently. Juventus might offer that opportunity, and if not Juventus, a Serie A club. I do like what you're saying, where you're going with that, but how important is that? Is that consistent play, and is Italy going to be enough for him to truly challenge himself?
Oh, yeah, because Italy still has that allure. We already know in terms of when you play for certain teams in Italy, your stock automatically rises. And when he's at Real Madrid, what he doesn't want to do as a player profile is think, am I dropping? Am I declining? Am I good enough to still play at this level with this type of talent where you know all 24 players within the squad are going to be classified as world class? What he has at Juventus is an opportunity. There's a number 9 they've been clamouring for and looking for a goal scorer for a long period of time. Consistency, minutes and goals gets him automatically into the Brazil eye line, and we know already what he's going to do in the USA next year.
It will be interesting to watch for sure. Fantastic player with so much talent, but he's got to be playing consistent football. Speaking of, we're talking about Italian clubs.
Stay there.
A player that left Italy to go to the Premier League is Federico Chiesa. Clearly needs another move. Needs to get out of Liverpool. Not going to get that playing time playing for the reigning Premier League champions. Where should he move?
I got to put my real estate hat on real here, quietly here, because I got to think. I really have to think about Chiesa and where would he fit in terms of the profile of a player. We already know what he wants to do. Capable with both feet, can come inside, real creativity, can be direct, can chip in with goals. I love this picture because he deserves this.
Yes.
All the injuries that he's been through, where he's been in his career, he deserves this. But it's time, Chiesa, to realise, let's go home. because the playing time, 104 minutes, is not enough playing time in the Premier League, especially when you want to push yourself back into that Italian squad, especially in that starting 11. Everything is building towards the World Cup. We already know that's the highlight, that's the pinnacle of every player's life. And if he's already lifted a Premier League trophy, it's time to go back. But not to the black and white, what we thought we would say. I want to see him in the capital. I want to see him in Milan. I want to see him with the red and black, replicating some of the great players that have played for that club, coming in, and look at the relationship he has with this guy right here. You already know, him and Allegri right there are like this. Like this. He could easily do it with some of these quality players. I can see him already fitting in. I'm loving the talent, and there's a lot of players in this squad that want to showcase what they can do. Ambition, hunger. It's time to go home, Federico.
This is a real estate partnership.
I like it.
And we need to both agree on this.
Okay.
And I'm gonna come back at you with another club that I think might be better.
Talk to me.
Allegri, yes, that relationship is good. They work together at Juve. But Allegri is not exactly the player, if you're an attacker, that you're excited to go play for. I mean, I'm just being honest. Dan and Doy just leaving Bologna. Why not Chiesa to Bologna, where he can be the guy to just slot in right for Dan and Doy, not play with a ton of pressure, and be able to get his legs back before maybe he makes a bigger move to a bigger side in Italy.
I thought real estate was about commission. I thought it was about high profiles. I thought it was about noise.
That's fair.
And if it's about commission, I need to see you in the red and black. I need to feel you at San Siro. I need you to understand that I'm going to go from Liverpool. Where am I going to go in terms of a club that's on that same level? For me as a profile, so it doesn't look like I've taken a step back in my career. I can see your vision, though. Bologna and him would be a match made in heaven. But maybe not in a World Cup here. That's the only thing I would think.
That's fair. And he will get an opportunity to compete with Rafa Leao at Milan for that starting position, because we know Leao, we know his talent, but his consistency isn't there. So there might be an opportunity for him to get some chances at Milan too. So I do like it. We'll have to keep talking about this one.
I like it.
To make sure we got it. And finally, we're going to go with a player who left Manchester United to go to Real Betis, and had a great season at Real Betis once he arrived there. But at Man United, it hadn't gone well. Antony, I had almost forgotten that he went on loan to Betis, had to go back to Manchester United. Is that the place? Is he place to stay in United, or should he go elsewhere?
When I checked Zillow and I looked at my depreciating assets, this guy was top of the list. And unfortunately, he just hasn't worked out exactly how we wanted to in England. I'm telling you now, as someone who's been covering the EPL for a long period of time, this guy came with all of the hype and didn't quite deliver, and had a couple of means and spinneroonies to match it. But what I would say is, I saw glimpses. I understood what Erik ten Hag had seen. When he went to Real Betis for the first time, I saw a player that understood what his role was. He understands that if you can give me the ball, I can be the main focal point. I can attack. So if it's a relationship that's already worked, if it's not broken, don't fix it. Right here is exactly where he should be. Move away from Manchester United now and focus on down here. 9 goals, 5 assists for Betis since January 5th is everything that I need Antony to be focusing on, because he does actually have ability. Steph, you know and I know, in between all of the other noise is actually a player in there. So if we can get him settled, focused, and of course, linking up with this guy right here, it could be a recipe for success. And I'm about commission and closing deals. And this has already worked.
It has. And why not just go with what you know is going to work? This is a club at Betis where they really brought the best out of Antony. It sounded like he was so comfortable there. He had the fan base behind him. I mean, why not go back? Why not go back to Sevilla and play for this club that had success, that got to a Conference League final as well? So he can keep building on that. No chance that he decides to stay in Manchester?
I think it's very clear once you're not including pre-season tours where your future lies. I mean, the manager has publicly come out and said, these are the players that won't be included, these are the players that need to go and find a new team, and he's under immense amount of pressure. So he's not making any mistakes or mixing his words whatsoever.
Right. It's interesting from Ruben Amorim, because he feels like he could use a player like Antony, but maybe it's just all too far gone at that club.
I personally think it's a system thing. I think, where do you think, in terms of Antony, do you play him in the wing-back? It's clear that Ruben Amorim, we saw the controversy last year about mix your system up. What versatility do you have? He's not really into hearing all that noise. I think he's very clear on what he wants to demonstrate. He's very clear in terms of his team system. And more importantly, he's very clear that Antony is not a part of that.
It is. That's how it's going to be for Antony. It'll be interesting to see where he ends up this season. Players, make sure you contact the agents. We're all about finding you a beautiful home.
We do rentals too.
We do rentals as well.
Not
just sales, rentals as well. But our commission's pretty high, though.